two people buy the exact same thing, but one feels powerful afterward, and the other feels nothing at all but worthy. Same phone, same shoes, same course, but the difference is only the name, brand. If humans really bought products for logic alone and only for what they really need, luxury brands wouldn't exist, influencers wouldn't matter, and no one would pay extra for things they could get cheaper somewhere else. So the real question isn't why do people buy? The real question is, who do they believe they become after buying? Stay with me, because once you see this, you'll never look at money, marketing, or even your own purchases the same way again. We like to believe we're rational, that we compare features, check reviews, do the math, but psychology says otherwise. Studies in behavioral economics show that over 90% of purchasing decisions are made emotionally and only justified with logic afterward. That means when someone says, I bought it because it was better quality, what they usually mean is, it made me feel like the kind of person I want to be. Think about it. No one buys a gym membership because they love treadmills. They buy the future version of themselves. Confident, fit, respected. The product is just the vehicle. The identity is the destination. Identity is the real product. Let's break this down. When someone buys a Rolex, they're buying status. A Tesla, they're buying innovation plus intelligence. Apple products, they're buying creativity plus simplicity. Expensive skincare, they're buying youth and control over aging online courses. They're buying success plus freedom. Notice something? None of these are physical features. They're identity upgrades. Psychologists call this identity-based motivation. We're wired to act in ways that reinforce who we believe we are or who we want to become. That's why people don't just use products. They protect them, defend them, argue about them online. It's personal because attacking the product feels like attacking them. Why price doesn't matter. As much as you think, here's something that sounds crazy but is 100% true. Expensive products often feel better, even when they aren't better. In one famous experiment, people were given the same wine in different bottles. Those who believed the wine was expensive reported it tasted better, and brain scans showed more pleasure activity. Same wine, different belief. This is called the price-placebo effect. Translation: people aren't paying for the product. They're paying for the story they tell themselves after buying it. I'm someone who values quality. I don't settle for cheap. I invest in myself. That internal narrative is worth more than the object itself. Look at how many people buy things labeled as millionaire habits, high-value lifestyle, elite mindset. Why does this sell so well? Because struggling financially doesn't just hurt the wallet, it hurts identity. People don't just want more money. They want to stop feeling small. So they buy things that let them temporarily step into a new version of themselves. The hustler, the entrepreneur, the disciplined achiever. Even if the results don't come immediately, the feeling comes instantly. And feelings are addictive. An addiction doesn't look dramatic at first. It looks responsible. It looks like upgrading your phone for productivity, buying another course to be ready, spending more because you deserve better. But over time, this habit trains your brain to confuse spending with progress. You start feeling like you're moving forward, while your life stays in the same place. That's why people feel empty right after unboxing something they were obsessed with for weeks. The identity high fades. The credit card bill stays. And now, instead of growth, the brain wants the next purchase, just to feel that version of you again. Why marketing works. Even when we know it's manipulating us, here's the scary part. Even when we know marketing is influencing us, it still works. Because it doesn't talk to logic, it talks to identity. Ads don't say this product has X features. They say this is for people like you. Strong, smart, ambitious, different. Once you identify with a group, your brain automatically filters information to protect that identity. That's confirmation bias, and it's powerful. And this is why people will overpay, stay loyal to brands, defend bad decisions, because admitting a mistake would mean admitting, I'm not who I thought I was. Now here's where things get real. Buying identity can be empowering, but it can also trap people. Some stay broke trying to look rich. Some buy productivity tools instead of doing the work. Some chase success aesthetics instead of real progress. They confuse buying the symbol with becoming the thing. And companies know this. They don't sell transformation, they sell the illusion of transformation. Fast, easy, and painless, which leads to the biggest mistake people make. So if people aren't really buying products, and they're not really buying features, then here's the uncomfortable question. How do you tell the difference between something that actually changes you and something that just makes you feel like it does? Because that answer can save you thousands of dollars and completely change how you approach money, goals, and success. Let's get brutally honest. Not every purchase that feels empowering actually changes your life. EBR, psychologists call this identity theater. When actions give you the feeling of progress without the pain of real transformation, buying a $300 productivity course feels like growth. Actually waking up at 6 a.m. every day does not. Posting gym selfies feels like discipline. Consistently training when no one is watching does not. The brain loves shortcuts. And companies exploit that by selling symbols of change instead of change itself. Real growth is boring, repetitive, and uncomfortable. So the brain chooses the faster dopamine hit, buying. Why investing in yourself is so addictive. You've heard this phrase everywhere. I'm just investing in myself. Sometimes it's true, but many times it's a socially acceptable way to justify impulse spending. Here's why it works. When you buy something framed as self-improvement, so while your brain releases dopamine before results appear, you already feel smarter, richer, more capable, instantly. That reward should come after effort. But modern marketing gives it to you before. This flips the motivation loop. Instead of action to struggle to growth to reward, it becomes purchase to reward to no action to guilt. And guilt pushes people to buy again. That's how people end up with 12 unfinished courses, 5 planners they never used, tools stacked on tools, 0 execution. Not because they're lazy, but because the system rewards buying, not becoming. Smart people fall for this more than anyone. Highly intelligent, ambitious people are actually more vulnerable. Why? Because they're obsessed with optimization. They don't want to fail because of ignorance, so they over-prepare. They research endlessly. They buy just one more thing before starting. Psychology calls this preparatory procrastination. It feels responsible, it sounds logical, but it delays action indefinitely. The ego says, once I have the right system, I'll start. Reality says, you don't need more tools, you need friction. Growth comes from friction, not comfort. How rich people actually buy differently? Let's kill another myth. We think rich people buy luxury to show off. In reality, most self-made wealthy people buy for identity reinforcement, not validation. They don't buy to become disciplined, they buy because they already are. That's a massive difference. Poor mindset, I'll buy this so I become consistent. Wealthy mindset, I'm consistent, so this tool makes sense. One is aspirational buying, the other is aligned buying. This is why copying rich people's purchases rarely makes people rich. You copy the effect, not the cause. Now, the one question that saves you money before buying anything, ask yourself this: who am I trying to feel like after this purchase? If the answer is confident, disciplined, successful, respected, then pause, because those are behaviors, not products. A product can support identity, but it can't create it. If you buy after acting like that person, the purchase compounds results. If you buy instead of acting, it delays them. That single distinction can change your financial life. Here's the good news. Identity-based buying isn't evil, it's powerful if used correctly. Buy things that increase friction for habits, reduce friction for good habits, lock you into behavior, not fantasy. For example, paying for a gym close to home, arrow good buying expensive workout clothes, hoping you'll train arrow risky. One supports behavior, the other sells identity without effort. At the end of the day, money is never just money, it's a mirror. Every purchase asks, who do you think you are? And who are you trying to become? Once you start answering that honestly, marketing loses its power, and your decisions get sharper. If this made you rethink even one purchase you've made, hit like so I know you're picking up what I'm putting down. Drop a comment. I genuinely want to know what's something you bought that changed who you became. And if you want more psychology-backed breakdowns like this, make sure you subscribe and share this with someone who's always about to buy something.